The world cannot afford to avoid SUVs anymore. It's a continuous onslaught of them. And right here with me is the brand new XC40, a compact SUV by Volvo. The global SUV fiesta continues as the Swedes have now decided to enter the compact SUV arena. The new Volvo XC40 is certainly a unique looking car, and when I first laid eyes on it, I did like it a lot. But there is no denying the fact that it does look small. It's a compact after all. However, unlike other models such as the X1 and the Q3, where you may find it difficult to differentiate between the bigger brothers, the XC40 is distinctively different from the XC60 and XC90. The interiors of the XC40 do share a lot of similarities with the XC60 and XC90, but it is a lot more funky. So I've just been handed the keys to the brand new XC40. Now we are in the T5 variant, the petrol variant, and it comes with a 2-liter turbocharged engine with about 240 bhp. There we go, start her up. Now the design of the interior has been inspired by the bigger SUVs, obviously. It does look very nice. Everything is very similar. It's got a nice contrast. Also, I must mention we are in the R line, so it is a little funky in here with the orange and the black mixed up. So here we go. Put her in D, and we're off. The 2-liter 4-cylinder D4 produces about 190 bhp, while the 2-liter 4-cylinder T5 gets about 247 bhp. And both come with the 8-speed automatic gearbox. These numbers do seem a bit competitive because the car's weight has been kept low at about 1,700 kilograms. So unfortunately, Spain has some of the best roads in the world. And I say unfortunately because when we test these cars here in Spain, they're obviously a lot different than in India. So you don't get to feel exactly how these cars are going to be on broken roads and bad roads and lots of traffic. Now this car obviously was made for the city use, and we are driving it in the mountains and on the highway. So far, the feel of the car is really, really nice. I love the ride quality. It's really super. The steering wheel also feels very nice. I love the paddle switches here. We drove about 50 kilometers today on the highway and a little bit in the mountains. So we got a good feel of the car. The petrol engine feels really good, very smooth. You also have the option of 4 different driving modes here. So we've got Eco, Comfort, an off-road version, which we are not going to try at all. We've got Dynamic and Individual. Individual obviously allows you to play with the settings and adjust it for how you want to drive. But if you're like me, all you're going to do is put it in Dynamic, which is high performance, and then just let her rip. I only got to drive the car for a brief amount of time, but it does feel like a soft riding car that can make gentle progress, and it does feel very much like a Volvo. Even though we have the R line which gets the sports suspension, the XC40 is certainly not a firmly sprung, rubber-burning tarmac terrorizer. The driving dynamics are kind and the car is very comfortable. The petrol engine certainly has a lot more life to it than the diesel engine. However, the ride quality is great in both variants. The petrol engine revs nicely and it sounds beautiful. The initial acceleration is pretty quick and there's plenty of power available throughout the rev range. The diesel does seem to be a little slower to pick up the pace, but it's got a handy mid-rev kick that is not overburdened with any sort of lag. The T5 can sprint from 0 to 100 in about 6.5 seconds, while the D4 takes about 8 seconds. The gearbox too does take its time though, and can be a little indecisive at moments, and that's why I was using the paddle shifters throughout. The XC40 certainly is a great looking and great driving car. It looks chunky and well sculpted on the road, its interiors are better, thought out, and more comfortable than most of its competition. And it's got some pretty ingenious features and safety tech, obviously. On the other hand though, it's not as exciting or driver focused as the Q3 or the GLA. And that's fine because the majority of customers in the premium compact luxury segment are most likely not looking for a fun driving car. Instead, they might want something that's a looker, spacious, practical, unique, and loaded with technology. In this respect, the XC40 is sure to bring some funk into the compact luxury SUV space.